Okay, I hope this is straight. I have got quite an interesting setup right here. So hello everyone. I decided to vlog my experience reading this book just because I'm so curious and I would like to catch it on video. If I don't make an interesting vlog out of this, I just won't post it. But hello, just in case. I did get this book from the library, Just for the Summer by Jiminez. Now you might be wondering, whoa, that's a thick girl. Yes, it is large print. So I forgot that I ordered the large print version. So like, it's huge, but the words are also huge. So as you can see, I've started it. I'm on chapter 5 on page 66, but only because it's large print. So I don't think I'm that far into it, but I wanted to vlog my experience. As you can see, I've made it to chapter 5. So that is farther than I've ever made it with an Jiminez book, because I just recently made a video about popular romance books that I've read and giving my review on them. I'll link it down below. I talked about Jiminez in that video because I have tried two different books by her and DNF'd them because of language. I have heard though that this book is lighter on that kind of content. So I just, because of like the stage that I'm in and kind of exploring this again of secular romance, I'm like, okay, I will see for myself. So there has been swearing, but so far no alarms are going off. But you guys know, like, my radar is in full alert with this book. So we will see. I will let you guys know. I'll give you a full rundown of this book. This book follows a guy and a girl. You do alternate perspectives in the different chapters, so I do like that. Both of these characters are known for having this, like, they call it a curse, but it's not really like that. It's just kind of like this thing where if they date someone and then they break up, that someone that they dated finds their soulmate in the next person that they get together with, and they like marry them and are in love with them. And they have never felt that before, but they keep dating people and then those people keep on finding their soulmate. And so on Reddit, actually, the guy posts about that and then the girl responds is like, oh, that happens to me too. And so they start chatting online, and that's how their kind of connection forms, because they're not from the same place. They don't have any connections other than on that Reddit forum. I'm decently into it, I guess. We'll see. It's not like boring, you know? And the language hasn't been too bad compared to her other books, so I have been able to get to chapter 5. So I'm gonna keep going, and I mean, obviously there's a lot more to go, so I don't know what is coming, but I will let you guys know, and that's that. And I don't know if I'll make this all a separate video, because I also did finally get this book. Love Naturally by Sophie Sullivan. This has been in transit, literally not exaggerating, for 3 weeks straight. And I thought maybe they lost it and that it just wasn't going to be coming in, but it's finally here and it's short. So I'm like, maybe I'll just throw this in as well because it's like a new release and this is a new release. So maybe a little new releases vlog. We'll see. Hello friends, hopefully you can see me. I am just getting off work, but I did bring this book with me and I was able to read like a couple chapters, and this is how far I am. It's very interesting. I'm actually surprised that I'm enjoying it a little bit. The only thing that is like really bringing it down is the language. There is a swear word probably every other page, and it varies in like vulgarity, I guess. They do mention casual sex and they do use swear words, not to the level that the Friend Zone and the Happy Ever After playlist was at. So like, if you know about those books or whatever, if you've tried them out before and you didn't like them, like this I would say is like a degree lighter or milder than those books, and so that's why I'm able to keep reading. It's like right on the edge of my limit of what I'm comfortable reading language wise. I'm gonna keep going and I'll let you guys know. It's definitely not like a 5-star level, although I will say the depth of the story and the characters and the way she's telling the story, I'm actually very invested and I like it quite a bit. Hi guys, update time. So on the large print version, I'm on page 268. I'm still going. As you can see, they use the F word all the time. Like there's a lot of language. So I wanted to make an observation though, because they do say God a lot as well. The author capitalized the G, which is so interesting to me. Most of the time when I see the word God used in books that are not Christian, it's usually a lowercase g. So the fact that it's uppercase is just, I just noticed it because to me, it feels like now you're talking to God, right? That's just how I take it. She used God, but then also the word effing as well in the same sentence. So it's just things like that where I'm like, oh, you know, I don't enjoy that. At this point in the book, they haven't even kissed on the mouth yet. Like he's kissed her on the forehead. That's it. So that's nice. I don't know if spice is coming, although like I'm assuming it is. I don't know. For now, like content wise in terms of romance and like spice level, it's amazing. Like if there was no language, I would be absolutely loving this book because I do like the characters. I like the storyline, but because of the language, it's just bringing it down in quality for me. So I just wanted to mention that. And then yeah, the fact that that capitalizes the word God is so interesting to me. So yeah, I'm gonna keep going. We're going into the weekend now, so I'll probably finish this in the next day or two and I'll let you know. Hi friends, here for an update. So because it's large print, it feels like I'm not getting through the book very fast, but I've read quite a bit now. I'm over 300 pages in. And so they did kiss on the mouth now. And ever since then, they have been talking about casual smut a lot and using different words for it. Yeah. Not a fan of that. It's just so weird because this just feels like a very sexualized relationship, but covered with a lot of like emotional depth. So I see why people are liking it because of that depth. And then if they don't care about the sexualization, then great, I see how you could like that. But like for me, for you guys, like, no, don't recommend this. Like, and I mean, they haven't done it yet, but they're just talking about it all the time and in a just casual way. So there's that. We are getting to know the guys' siblings and they're very sweet. They're adding a very sweet kind of tone to the story, I guess, but it's not overshadowing all the language and the sex talk. So, I mean, again, because they haven't done it yet, I can see why like this far in, for there not to be a scene, like that's nice. Like I haven't had to skip any pages yet. So interesting, but I'm assuming that's coming because they're talking about it so much. Like it just wouldn't make sense for there not to be a scene if they're talking about it this much. So that's all I'm saying. Obviously, like I'm still reading it. I don't feel like convicted to the point of like, I need to put this down, but I wouldn't recommend this book to you guys. And that's all I can say about that. So here we go. I'm gonna continue reading. Made it to it. Okay, so chapter 29, this far in. Okay, so it's just a page. Yeah, they were making out and got a little touchy, okay? And there's so much language too, like it really sucks. They use the F word all the time. All right, hi everyone. So I did finish this book and I've already written a Goodreads review and I posted on my Instagram story as well. So some of you probably have already seen how I feel about this book. I am not gonna rate it because there's just not a rating that feels good to me because I chose to read this book and in a way you could argue that I knew what I was getting myself into, but I'm on a mission to finding secular romance that I can recommend to you guys, and this isn't one of them. So I am okay with that. I gave it a try. I did skip the chapters that I needed to, and there's that. So final thoughts, I'm not going to give it a rating, and I would not recommend this book to you guys if you're looking for, kind of within the realm of what I typically recommend, even a kind of Catherine Center, Sarah Adams type of writing where they do use swear words. This brought it to another level. Compared to her other books, there was less language from what I could tell. There's just a lot of vulgar language in this book, so that really brought it down. Spicy content, it wasn't as much as what you'll find in other romance books, but I still don't want to read it, and I'm looking for closed door, and this is not closed door. So because I saw I've seen other people review this book just saying that it's better than her other ones and that maybe people who typically can't read her other books could read this one. So it was enough that I thought it was worth it to try. I know I just made a video about romance books that I wouldn't recommend because of the content, and this author was in that video. So yeah, I could have known, but I don't regret trying to read this book. I don't feel like, anything's wrong. I'm fine, but I just need you guys to know that don't try this book because the language was just so bad. They talked about sex all the time, even if they weren't doing it. It was just a casual thing mentioned. Everything else really was good. I liked the storyline, I liked the characters, I liked how it ended. I could see how there was a lot of good points in this book, but all of the content just made it so low grade that I just can't recommend it. So those are my final thoughts. Again, not shaming on anyone who likes this book. This review is just for people who need to know what the content is, and I'm telling you, it's not good, don't read it. So there's that. So moving on, I do think I'm going to continue this video just because I feel like it. So I am currently reading Love Naturally by Sophie Sullivan, and I'm liking it. Her writing is just a little bit slow. I do like the setting though. I like the setup. I like the characters so far. So I'm going to keep going. But basically you follow this woman who is in a relationship. She thinks everything's going fine. And then she surprises her boyfriend with a wilderness trip. And he's like, we're not that close. I don't want to go with you. And so she breaks up with him and goes on this trip by herself. And she meets one of the guys there and they're having a little romance. Okay, so there is a little bit of language, but it hasn't been anything super, it's been the H-E-L-L word and stuff like that. So fairly mild. And then they do talk about physical attraction, but it's I think comparing these two books, this is not even close to the level that this book was. So it's refreshing in that sense, but it's definitely not Christian fiction either, so whatever. But then also I did start the audiobook for Love Unscripted, which is so funny because this is Love Naturally and I'm reading Love Unscripted as well. So Love Unscripted is just clean fiction. It's by Denise Hunter. This is her new release. So I think this is going to turn into a reading new releases video. So that works for me. I'm only a couple chapters in, but I really like it. The narrator is really good and I'm just getting good vibes from it. It is kind of going to be grumpy, enemies to lovers kind of storyline. But right now how the setup is, it's working and I like it a lot. So I'm into it. So hopefully this book redeems the video. We'll see how this goes too. I might end up liking it, but I don't know. I kind of, because of this book, my expectations for romance are just so messed up right now. So it's upsetting, I just would say no, don't read this author. To myself, to you guys, no. Hi guys, I figured while I'm here, I'll make an update for this vlog. So I did finish Love Naturally by Sophie Sullivan, and I'm giving it 3 stars for a couple of reasons. Number one, it was like slow, but then also not, because it was quite insta-love. So I was like, I liked the characters together. They communicated great. They were very like upfront about their expectations, which was great to see. And the thing is, so it's closed door. They do talk about having lustful feelings for each other. Whatever, I overlooked it. They dropped the F-bomb 3 different times and it just felt so out of place and unnecessary. So that was annoying. And that's about it. And then like, I just found it like not that exciting, not that engaging. Like I wasn't very invested. So 3 stars, but closed door, mild language. I mean, 3 F words throughout the whole book. So there you go. I liked it. I liked it. Okay, 3 stars, that's fine. What is this video? That's okay. So I am still reading though, Love Unscripted. Loving it. I'm so excited. So I'm going to keep going with this video until I finish Love Unscripted because it's great. And I'm hoping that it's a recommendation for you guys. I am like 8 chapters in now on the audiobook and so invested, loving it. Really funny romance. It's funny. I like the characters. It's just a good time. So definitely recommend that so far. And I'm glad that it's like redeeming this video. So there you go. I mean, hopefully you're enjoying this video. Thank you for watching this far if you're here. And we trek along, okay? Hi everyone, welcome back. So I did finish Love Unscripted so I can complete this video, which is perfect timing. So I really enjoyed Love Unscripted. I would give it a solid 4 stars. I listened to it completely on audiobook and I liked it a lot. There was a 3rd act breakup that was kind of annoying and like kind of predictable as well. And like you knew they were gonna work through it, but like it was like a little bit annoying to read. Yeah, it wasn't 5-star level, but I really enjoyed it and I would definitely recommend it. I don't know if I explained what it's about, but it has fake dating in it and it's totally clean. There's no language, nothing questionable at all. Like I really enjoyed it and the audio is great. So highly recommend that too. And yeah, I am happy to end the video on that book. So I will write all of the books down below and thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys. My reading taste is evolving and all the things. I'm figuring out what kind of books I like to read and what my boundaries are and everything. It's kind of like a lifelong thing. So we're all on our own journey as well. So it's okay if we're at different places and feel differently about books. So I'm just sharing what I think. And again, I just appreciate you guys being so kind and understanding and hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it was helpful for you. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.